Hello there. Today we will be previewing Barbados Royals for CPL, the Caribbean Premier League 2022. You see me in my blue today? Let's go. Let's have a look at what Barbados Royals have done throughout the years. So starting back in 2013, Barbados Royal, they were at the time called the Tridents, but they were such a magnificent team led by Kyron Pollard. In 2013, Shakib Al-Hassan picking up 6 for 6, leading the bowling attack for Barbados to the semi-finals where they were beaten by the Jamaica Tallawahs. 2014, they went one better, and the Barbados Royals, Pollard now finally leading them to a victory, their first CPL title over the Amazon Warriors in the finals. 2015 again, they made it to the semi-finals, but 2016, 2017, 2018, we don't know what happened to the Royals. The Tridents at the time, they just fell off the radar. They started, falling out in the group stage, and we saw they took away the captaincy from Kyron Pollard and they gave it to Jason Holder. So they shipped off Pollard now to other franchises, St. Lucia, Trinidad, and so forth. So now Jason Holder took over the mantle, and there was no real change. They were being dropped out in the group stage again. But then in 2019, the Royals, once again, they prevailed on home soil, winning the 2019 CPL in their backyard in Kensington Oval. Jason Holder leading the side to a victory. And then 2020 and 2021 again, fallen by the wayside, exiting in the group stage. So of course, they decided this year for CPL 2022, they decided to go for a new captain in David Miller. So the South African will lead the Barbados Royals for CPL 2022. So let's just take a look at their squad. So we see they have Jason Holder, David Miller, Devon Thomas, Rakeem Cornwall, Kyle Mayers, O'Shane Thomas, Justin Graves, Joshua Bishop, Hayden Walsh Jr., Naeem Young, Obed McCoy, Mujibur Rahman, Azam Khan, the Pakistani, Quinton de Kock, another South African, Corbin Bosch, Teddy Bishop, and Raymond Simmons. So you realize that they have a decent looking squad, the Barbados team this year. And so first thing we want to do is start by looking at players to look out for with the bat, of course. Let's start with the bat for Barbados. So for me, I'm going with their skipper, David Miller. So Barbados, they've been missing that finisher, just someone to put on those finishing touches. And I think David Miller, the skipper, will have to ensure that he delivers the finishing touches for Barbados. When you look at him, he was at St. Lucia in 2016, didn't have a great time, only 100 plus runs, averaging 20, strike rate 110. Really poor year in 2016. It was 2018 for the Tallawahs, where we had David Miller, Ross Taylor, Andre Russell doing some wonderful things for the Jamaica Tallawahs in 2018. He played 8 matches, 205 runs. Look at his average, 68. Look at his strike rate, 176. That's the David Miller that the Barbados Royals will need. And remember, he's coming off winning the IPL with the Gujarat Titans this year. So Miller is coming in CPL in some fine form. In the IPL this year, he had 481 runs from 16 matches, averaging 68 and a strike rate of 142. So David Miller will have to come to the Caribbean Premier League this year in that sort of form. And then the next batsman to look out for, you can't look past a Kyle Mayers or you can't look past the top of the order, maybe a Rakeem Cornwall. But the next player I think we have to look out for is Quinton de Kock. So the two proteas, you have to look out for them. Alright, Quinton de Kock will be essential because at the top of the order, Barbados, they've been chopping and changing. So last year it was Glenn Phillips, we saw Kyle Mayers, we saw Shea Hope, we saw Johnson Charles, and that was their issue last year. They couldn't sort out their top order, and in 2020 they had the same issue. That's how Kyle Mayers ended up being an opener. So for me, Quinton de Kock at the top of the order will have to bring some stability. he's going to have to get them off to some flyer. If you look at Quinton de Kock this year, he's been in some good form in the IPL. 15 matches, 508 runs, averaging 36, and the strike rate is always impressive. You always want to open with a strike rate in the 130s, 140s. So Quinton de Kock, and you look at his record in the West Indies, having played 5 matches. Last time South Africa came here was in 2021 last year, where they beat the West Indies 3-2, and Quinton de Kock got 350 plus scores, average 51, 255 runs. So let's hope that Quinton de Kock, having enjoyed the Caribbean condition last year, can carry that into the CPL. When you look at their bowling, the Barbados Royals, they have a balanced bowling attack. So the bowlers to look out for, I am going with, of course you have to start with a champion of spinner, Mujib. You cannot look past Mujib. Mujib in 2020, 11 matches, 16 wickets, but look at the economy, that's what I want to highlight, 5.29. You can hardly score against Mujib, hardly. And so Mujib will be that bowler that builds up a lot of pressure. And the thing about Mujib, he can bowl with the new ball in the power play, he can bowl in the middle overs, and he can even hold him back for 1 over in the death. That is how good Mujib is. And so Mujib will be the key for the Royals. And so with that being said, we need someone to lead or spearhead the seam bowling attack. And so that will have to be O'Shane Thomas. He's the quickest of the lot. O'Shane Thomas has to be in good nick for this CPL. So last year we saw O'Shane Thomas, he had 6 wickets from his 7 games. But the thing is, O'Shane Thomas started brilliantly. Remember, he had 3 for 22 versus the Patriots, getting the big wicket of Evan Lewis and Chris Gale. And I think he got also Asif Ali, the Pakistani. And then he played TK and he got 2 for 26, and he was roughing up our skipper, Karen Pollard. Yeah man, roughing up our West Indian skipper. And so if O'Shane Thomas could just maintain that right throughout the CPL for 2022, that aggression, how he started the tournament, 5 wickets in the first 3 games, and then he just fell away. The next 4 games, 1 wicket. We need O'Shane Thomas to be aggressive and assertive and, you know, just maintain that aggression right throughout the tournament. And if that happens, Barbados will have a good chance. So let's have a look at their starting 11. So this is my starting 11. You may not agree. I'm going with Quinton de Kock and Rakeem Cornwall at the top of the order. I think Cornwall, he's very good at just blunting the power play, right? And Cornwall being in the middle order, you might have some issues in terms of running between the wickets. So I want to give Cornwall the best chance to just blunt the power play, allow Quinton de Kock to, you know, take a couple deliveries, get himself set and build towards a big innings. So Kyle Mayers will bat at 3 for me. I know he's West Indian T20 opener, but he can bat at 3. He started out at 3 for the Royals in 2020. I'll put him at 3. Devon Thomas at 4, but it's not stable. You know, 4, 5, 6. You can always change up that order. So this is just Devon Thomas 4, David Miller the captain 5, Azam Khan, Jason Holder, Mujibu Rahman, Hayden Walsh Jr., Obed McCoy, O'Shane Thomas. That's my starting 11. Of course, depending on the game situation, if they're 70 for 2 in 10 overs, maybe do not send out Devon Thomas. Maybe David Miller can go out there and, you know, try to get himself set to launch for the last 5 overs. Or depending on the situation, if they're 13 for 2 in 3 overs, definitely Devon Thomas go out there and try to, you know, just bat some overs and get them out of trouble. So depending on the situation, 4, 5, 6, 7, you can always change that how you like. But for me, the top 3 definitely Quinton de Kock, Rakeem Cornwall, Kyle Mayers. So of course, what are the chances of Barbados to win this year's CPL? Well, you have to first look at the venues. So Barbados, they'll be playing 3 matches in St. Lucia, 2 at Warner Park in St. Kitts, 1 at Queen's Park Oval, 2 at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, and 2 in Guyana. So looking at it, their first 6 matches will be crucial. Remember, Queen's Park, Warner Park, St. Lucia, these are nice nice surfaces for batting, lots of pace, lots of bounce, and looking at the style of batsmen that Barbados have, they may do better on these surfaces. When it comes on to the Brian Lara Cricket Academy and the Guyana National Stadium, those pitches, you know, a lot of spin, a lot of turn. I don't know how well they'll fare there. So Barbados, they will want to dominate their first 6 matches, try to win at least 4 or 5 of those 6 games. So when they go to more spin-friendly pitches, they can win 2 out of 4, and definitely I see them qualifying for the semi-finals. Now, because the playoffs will be held in Guyana, I only see them, you know, getting to the semi-finals. But, you know, leave it in the comments. What are your thoughts on Barbados Royals' chances of winning CPL 2022? Do you think they can win it? And what would be your starting 11? Leave a comment. Alright? And have a blessed day. Please like and subscribe.